On Fox tonight, there's a silent killer prowling the Sonoran Desert. It's called Buffelgrass, and it's quietly covering the desert floor and slowly choking the life out of Arizona's beloved state symbol, the stately saguaro cactus.
It's all over the place in the desert where I live, down in the Ahwatukee area. So now a lot of desert-loving volunteers are working with the National Park Service to beat back the threat. Steve Kraft saw them at work. He's got the story.
It's hard to imagine this grass could mean the end of this cactus, but it could happen.
What could Buffelgrass ultimately mean for our iconic state symbol?
Death, saguaro death. We can lose our ecosystem if Buffelgrass goes unchecked.
So those beautiful cacti over there, those big, tall, the ones that are on our license plate.
Right, our state flower, our state symbol. You know, that's why people come to the Sonoran Desert. That's why it's a problem.
Why is this stuff so bad? A couple reasons. First, it's a fire hazard. And second, it steals water from other plants that desperately need it.
The desert is supposed to have open space between plants to keep fires from spreading. But when the desert floor is covered in Buffelgrass, it becomes friendly territory for flames. And this invasive grass steals life-giving water from saguaros.
Saguaros have very shallow roots, so they go out really far. They don't have tap roots, and so they rely on surface water to absorb their water. And when you've got a saguaro growing up amongst a bunch of Buffelgrass, the Buffelgrass is going to preempt the water from getting absorbed by the...
Which could essentially starve the saguaro.
In a sense, yeah, absolutely.
Buffelgrass comes from Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. It was brought to dry parts of the United States back in the 1930s. The grass thrived in the desert and was perfect for grazing cattle. But Buffelgrass got out of the places it was planted and spread into the wild. Now, taking on Buffelgrass is deadly serious business for volunteers who love the Sonoran Desert. On a pristine Saturday morning, we caught up with a crew at Saguaro National Park in Tucson, taking a crash course from the National Park Service, how to spot Buffelgrass.
You want to get a look at sort of the overall shape and color of that. And then there's some dispersed plants over here that they're pulling. I'm going to pass around a couple of seed heads for everyone to get a look at. This is the best identifying characteristic of Buffelgrass. So what we have here, this purple one, is Buffelgrass in flower.
It's hard physical work, off the trail. You have to make your way through an obstacle course of thorns, then use poles, shovels, whatever it takes to pull the stubborn grass out by the roots.
It's a way to give back. I'm out in the park almost every weekend that I'm home.
There are hazards, like this rattlesnake we ran across with the Buffelgrass crew. They're used to snakes, walked away, and got right back to work. Kathleen Vestec has been a volunteer for nearly 8 years.
I come out every second Saturday, so I've just made a commitment to come out here and help the park, so I haven't missed these second Saturday Buffelgrass pulls.
The fight against Buffelgrass is currently a ground war, but someday there might be more high-tech help from the air, in the form of drones.
We're right now working with the USGS and Northern Arizona University to put a hyperspectral camera on a drone to see if there's a signature to detect the Buffelgrass, that then can be correlated with satellite imagery.
But for now, it's humans on the front lines, battling to save the majestic saguaro by ripping out one Buffelgrass plant at a time. In Tucson, Steve Kraft, Fox 10 News.
And the fight against this invasive weed is far from over. Buffelgrass has been a threat in southern Arizona for a long time.
But it's been spreading, and it's been spotted in Phoenix and other parts of the valley.